Hi guys, so this is episode 6 entitled May. I've sped this chapter up for the most part because it's pretty lengthy and it's a lot of traversal. And we're going to be picking up a lot of stuff, getting a lot of achievements. The first thing you want to do is come over here to the right, grab that soda can, and then we're going to head on up this way and go up onto the highway in order to gain some stamina back. As I said, there's a lot of traversal, there's a lot of walking back and forth through the dust trying to get up and get your stamina back, so that's why, for the most part, this chapter is going to be sped up. If you come down here, there are these stairs, and at the bottom of them you will find an adrenaline syringe. And now the adrenaline syringes refill a lot of stamina, and so those are really good. You also don't need to use those for any victims, which is really nice. So you don't have to worry about using them and then not having them later for victims, because they will not need them. And so the next thing you're going to want to do is sort of make a loop down through these tents. And so you're going to pick up a soda can right here, and then if you just continue to make a little circle, you're going to find another soda can right there, and as you come through this little shanty there's going to be another soda can right there. And once again, you can head up and refill your stamina. Now, you can choose during this part whether or not you want to keep coming up to refill your stamina. I like to play it safe just because I was recording and I didn't want to run out of stamina and have to use an item. If you don't mind using items though to get through this, you might use a couple of like sodas or something. So in this area you can find this adrenaline syringe and a piton around to the side here. And if you go up this pipe, we're going to be getting to our next set of victims that we're going to help. And these guys up on the top of this building want the bottle of wine that you picked up in the previous episode. Now, if you didn't pick up that bottle of wine in the earlier episode, I will be showing you where there is one in this episode, so you can pick that up if you still need it. But if you have that one from the previous episode, you can pick up this victim number 4 and get your retry there. Then you hop across here, and there's going to be a water bottle underneath these stairs for you to pick up. And so the next thing we're going to go do is pick up a battery up here on the top of this roof. That is going to be for our next victim, which is going to get us an achievement here in a moment. So you're going to slide down this pipe, and we're about to go pick up our achievement for 5 victims helped. And how we're going to do that is there's going to be a guy over here. You can kind of see him behind this forklift thing. He's stuck, and you just put the battery into the forklift, and that will get it off of him and get you your achievement. 5 victims helped. And so on the way over here to this victim, you probably saw I picked up a soda can. There's going to be a couple of other things in this area that you can grab. There's a water bottle over here behind this little piece of column. And then there are going to be a couple of fruit cocktails sort of over on the other side. What you want to do is come up this pipe, go across, and you could have actually picked up this first one on your way to that victim, but it's right there behind the car. And then the other one is back toward the road near this bus stop. And so what we're going to do now is head on over to the other sort of side of this level and pick up a bunch of items over there and help a couple more victims and things. And so you just want to hop back across to this pipe. That kind of helps you to not run out of stamina going back up that building. And so now we're back on this building, or we're going to be back on the building with the people who needed the wine. And you just want to come up this little like water tower thing, and we're going to backslide down to the other side of the level down here. And so you just sort of slide down into the dust. And now we're going to be kind of making a loop around this area. You pick up a soda can right there and a food can right there. And then over here on the left, I'm going to be showing you an area that's going to be pretty important when you're trying to traverse this section over here, because it's pretty big, it's dusty, it's hard to see the items. So if you come over past the fence and wrap back around, there's an area right here that is safe and allows you to refill your stamina. So that's pretty important to remember You'll see me go back to it several times as I try to regain my stamina after getting all these items. But if you come up, you'll grab a soda can right there. Up on the sort of top left side, you'll get this water bottle and another fruit cocktail. If you come up to the very edge past this car, you can pick up a soda can. And then on the way back down, you can grab the adrenaline syringe off of that bus stop right there. So that was kind of a lot of items. You're sort of just making a loop in the top section of that area. And then when you see your stamina sort of start to go down like that, you just want to come back to this spot to fill up your stamina. And then there are still more items. This is sort of an item-rich area over here on this side of the map. If you go around here, you can grab a food can past some of that debris. And again, you'll see me go and refill my stamina a lot. That's just because I didn't want to get caught in a situation where I was going to have to use items and stuff and restart the level, because it is sort of tedious. So if you come up to this left side, you'll grab a soda can and a piton and continue to walk up, and past this second like dumpster thing, there's going to be a water bottle. And we'll finally make our way out of that area and onto some other parts of this level. So if you walk back across this beam, you're going to find yourself at the spot where you came down from that backsliding section. And so you're going to move in the other direction and pick up this meat right here, and that's the last item that you need for the next victim that we're going to be helping. So if you crawl up this pipe, climb up onto the catwalk, you'll be able to pick up an inhaler. And then if you continue around to the right, you can either get up on top of this ledge or you can continue climbing down on it, and it's a little bit faster. But regardless, you want to come around, and this creepy guy wants a lot of stuff. So he wants a fruit cocktail, and then he wants one food can, then he wants one soda, and then one water bottle, and then finally he'll ask for the meat that you just picked up. And so you want to make sure you keep one of all of those items in order to give him, because he's going to give you a retry. And this shotgun here that you want to make sure you pick up on the table, you can switch to that with RB. And the important thing to remember about the shotgun is that the 5 shells that are in it are the only ammo for that shotgun that you will have for the entire game. So you want to try to use it sparingly. I try to save most of those for the end of the game. And so going to continue this way, grab this water bottle. And now in this area up here, you definitely want to make sure you pick up this bottle of wine. That's where that is if you missed it before. And then there's a first aid kit. Then there's a soda can up in the top corner there, and there's going to be a water bottle over on the left here as we're exiting. Because that area there is sort of spread out, you may end up like I'm going to have to use a couple of stamina items in order to make it all the way through that. You may not want to pick up the soda and the water bottle if you've got plenty of stamina items. It just might not be worth it to you, but definitely a good idea to pick up that first aid kit and the bottle of wine for that set of victims that we helped earlier if you did not pick it up in episode 4. So we're going to come across this pipe and grab the soda can right there. And again, we're going to use one of these archways to get across to the other side over here. Grab a fruit cocktail. And then if you sort of come around this hole, there are a couple of things around here. There's another fruit cocktail right there and some painkillers on that bench right there. If you go up into this area here, you'll be familiar with this spot right here because there's going to be a couple of victims we're going to help later, but it will also allow you to refill your stamina. So that one's a pretty good spot. if you go down these stairs right here, you can pick up another first aid kit. Very useful. And then we're going to be making our way toward our next victim. And so this next victim needs a first aid kit. We've picked up a couple on this level, so you shouldn't have trouble being able to help this person. It's going to be victim number 7. And we're going to grab painkillers on our way. This victim's kind of hard to find. You can hear him, and you kind of have to jump down into this area, pick up that adrenaline syringe, and then there's going to be a soda on the right before his tent. And so he needs a first aid kit, and as soon as you give him one of those ones that we've picked up, you will get another retry. That should be victim number 7 for you. As I'm coming out of this hole, there's some rat meat on the left. And the rat meat refills a little bit of your stamina capacity and some health, so that's a pretty decent little item. On your way up this road, you'll pick up that soda can and this water bottle on the right. And then over on the left behind this car, you will find another soda can. We're going to come up this ladder. You don't really have to do this section right now because you'll be coming here later for an achievement. But I'm just going to show you over on the right, there's a water bottle. There's a guy right here with a machete, I believe, that you can kill if you want to, but it's not really necessary. Again, you're not going to get anything. There's some rat meat in this tent, and you'll see that there are some victims there, and they want a tomato, but we don't have that item yet, so we're going to be coming back to them toward the end of the game, actually, once we acquire some tomatoes. So again, that little section of the level you don't necessarily have to go to right now. I just wanted to show it to you in case you wanted to pick up those couple of items, just so you know where they are. So now we're going to be coming up here. There's a water bottle there. There's a survivor there that wants cigarettes that, again, we can't help him yet because we don't have that item. But we want to come up here and grab the painkillers and those oral rehydration salts, which are very important. You'll need those for a victim later on, so hang on to them. And now we're going to be going up and getting another victim. We're going to be helping victim number 8. And it's going to be an enemy encounter. So I slowed this down to normal speed here so that we can talk about what you're going to do. So you're going to hear this lady calling for help, and then 3 guys are going to attack you. And now this is where I'm going to expend one of my shotgun shells, kill the big guy that runs out at you right there. And then you want to make sure that you come over and see the guy on the left, because he will surrender, and that will allow you to be able to struggle kill this guy on the right. And so you want to make sure that you get that guy on the left to surrender before you struggle kill the dude on the right, and that'll help you conserve your ammo as much as possible. The reason we used that shotgun shell right there is because I only have 1 bullet for my handgun, and I'm going to use it to break the handcuffs and help this victim right here. So that is why I used that shotgun shell right there, so that I could save that bullet to save victim number 8 and get our retry. And now we're going to speed up again and move on, because all we have left really is a little bit of traversal and a couple of enemy encounters left in this area. So the last few little items that I'm going to pick up here are going to be a soda can right there, and coming around this right side you'll see a pipe, so you can go up to this building right here, and there's going to be another inhaler on the ground or on the building right there, so you can come up and pick that up. If for whatever reason you didn't get the bottle of wine before and you needed to come back and help those victims, this is where you're going to go up to do that. So just wanted to show you that right there real quick, that you sort of made an entire loop around the area, and now you'd be back in position to help those victims if you needed to get that other bottle of wine before you did it. And so now we're going to be backtracking to the mall where we left May, And so we're going to come across, get up on that subway car, and now that we have the grapple, we can grapple across and get back to where we were before. And we're going to keep moving across this bridge and get back into an area where we have a few more enemies here to deal with before we can finish out this level. One of them is optional, and the other is a group that you're going to need to take out. So, we'll let you know how to get through these encounters as smoothly as possible. So this first guy up here is going to have a machete, and there's some painkillers behind him that you can get if you want to kill him, but again, I just don't think it's worth murdering a dude for an item that we have a million of, so I'm going to leave him alone. And so we're going to be going up against 4 enemies in this area, and we're going to get our achievement for our 5th quick kill as soon as we surprise kill this first guy. So you want to make sure that you see where the 2 pistol guys are. It's going to be this guy in front of us. We're going to quick kill him for our achievement, 5th quick kill, and then we're going to immediately shoot the guy with the gun on the left. And now these 2 guys, you ideally want to get them positioned and sort of back them up so that one of them you can knock into the environment. So this guy, we're going to be able to strike into the fire. We were able to back him up there. And then we're going to be able to struggle kill this last guy. Sometimes they'll get around behind you a little bit, and so if that happens, you will be able to get them to fall or kick them off this place right here. And so it just depends on where they end up positioned. There's a degree of randomness to, you know, where they might end up based on how long it takes you to kill those guys or where they end up walking, but you should have not too much problem with that, and then you're going to be able to come up here to the light and end this episode. So that's it for episode 6. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in episode 7.